Alright, so today I'm going to be setting up our Tradingview. So, for starters, this is from a point of it being free. You don't have to pay for Tradingview to use it, to learn, to trade on it, to mark up on it. It just depends on being able to go back a certain amount of time. That's the only difference. And also doing it free, you also don't have that many time frames that you can look at. The time frame is always on the left side where it says monthly. I always start you off on the monthly when you land on the chart page. So for us, we like to look at the daily chart we can start, the 4-hour chart we can start, the 1-hour chart we can start, the 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute. And actually, yeah, let's leave the 1 minute on there. Just cause been used to looking at it. You want to name it focused uni. We just come over here to the right. You have layouts. We join for free. God damn it. So create a new layout. Don't repeat yourself, save this chart. Get a free account with us and you will be able to save your chart setup and return to it later. Okay, so I'm not even logged in. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have to log into mine just so it's easier for me. Let's do the same thing for me though. So setting up our Tradingview, come over here, we save it. We want to make it a whale. So we make it a whale, and like what we said we was doing, we are setting up our Tradingview. So setting up our Tradingview, we only want to look at the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 1 minute, and the 5-minute, and the 1 minute. That's it. It already auto saves, so you have it clicked off over here, click it on, so you don't have to keep coming over to save everything. And then we get our taskbar. So when it comes to having a taskbar, let's click off of all of these, right? I'll click off of all of this. Everything in my toolbar, it's not everything you need in your toolbar. Some of the stuff I use because I'm teaching. So all we do is we know that we can make money if the market goes up. We know we can make money. Where's my arrow at? Alright. We know we can make money if the market goes up or if the market goes down. So knowing that, the first thing we want to look at is knowing that we have something called a position tool. Our position tool in our vocabulary here is what lets us know how much we have open in a trade. So first thing we want to save is our long position tool for going up and our short position tool for going down. After that, we know that we also trade and we use horizontal lines. So we know before that, the first thing we really use is our horizontal raise. So let's click that off, because when it comes to even marking up a chart, let's mark up a chart like it's our first time to making an account easier. Let's mark up a chart all the way to the all the way down to the 1 minute, like we're about to set up to enter. So first thing we want to do when we look at a chart is mark up the daily high and the daily low. So let's go to something that's not looking like this. I don't know. Let's go on crypto. We like Bitcoin. Cool. Everybody like Bitcoin. So we on Bitcoin. First thing we want to do is mark up the high of the Bitcoin, and that's going to be red. We want it to be red because it's letting us know that it's going down. Red doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means that it's going down for us. So making that red, you can drag this around anywhere. Let's put it in the middle while we just setting up our chart permanently. We go to settings. We head over to text. If your line is not red, let's make it red. Price label, You don't have to have a price label, but let's keep it on. I tell you why. It's because it lets you know where that line is. So actually you do need it on. So we can get used to reading the tape over here on the right side. So we make this P. We're not even going to name it PDL. Actually, let's name it PDL. Let's do it the right way. Previous day low. Do it right. We don't got to do it twice. That's really big, so let's make the font maybe 16. We want it to be at the top on the right side, all the way out the way. Because every time the trade is there, this is always going to be over here, all the way out the way of our trade. So we want to save it as a, god damn it. Alright, so we want to save it as a template, and it will be our previous day low. God damn, man. Man, I gotta do this on a new one or something, don't I? I gotta do this on a new one, but I'm not. Fuck it. I'm just gonna delete all this real quick. Damn, I'm really doing this shit.
Oh my gosh.
Cause, bro, I want people to really, I want people to really understand all the way down to, do it right.
To do that.
Huh?
I didn't even like to do that.
See?
So,
Do it right, so you ain't gotta do it twice.
Templates. Oh.
So you have this in the middle. We marked up our previous day high and low. We want that line to be red at the bottom. I like 2px, 3px, right? 4px. I personally like 4px. You can have it as 1px if you want, but let's get used to knowing that the line is there as like our extremes. On top of that line will always be some type of demand, but this is not about learning trading. This is just about setting up our charts. So now we click on settings. We turn the text on. We want the text to be white, and we make it previous day low. We want it to be at the top on the right side. Let's make it 16. And we also want our price label to be on. So when we save it, we save as PDL. Let's get used to knowing that. Right? Let's get used to the abbreviations. Cool. Now, we there? We go previous day high. You said what, babe? Let's go previous day high. And it's 4px2. Let's go to settings. Text. Previous day high. Top right 16. Text is white. Save as previous day high. PDH. It's right out of here. So now we want to go over to the hour, right? From the hour, from 4 a.m. all the way to 9:30, right? We always marking up our pre-market high and lows. So from 4 a.m. right here, it's the highest that the market been. We go to settings, pre-market high. We save the template as PMH, pre-market high, from 4 a.m. to 9:30. Okay. Now we go to pre-market low from 4 a.m. to 9:30. 4 a.m. is right here. Where's the lowest that it's been all the way to 9? Right here. So that's our pre-market low. Pre-market low. Save template as PML. Now we got that typed out to where we don't have to have all these words here, but the clearer the better. So we got something going on now, because we really passed that morning session. Really, it's already 10, 12. We're not really past that, low-key. We're still in between that pre-market and pre-market areas. So when it comes to people that don't trade in the morning, something else we want to mark up is our previous 4-hour candle. So even though for this right now, the pre-market high and the 4-hour candle is the same, let's just delete the pre-market high because we have it in our template. We want our 4-hour high to be green also, and we just put 4-hour high. Now let's put pre 4H high. That should make sense. Pre 4H high for sure. That's not bad. You know what? Do it right. You ain't gotta do it twice. Previous 4H high. Cool. And we just make that save as P4H. Previous 4 high. Right? Our pre-market low is also the same as the 4-minute hour low. We want that to be red also though, to save in our template. Previous 4-hour low. Top right, save it. P4L. Cool. Now we go to the hour chart. It's the same thing. We find our last hour candle. We make it green. We want it to be previous 1 hour high. And it's simple. P1H. Hour. Trust me, we're not going down to the 15-minute P15 high H. Like it's not. This is the last one. So, alright. Same thing. PL low. We want that line to be green. I mean red. Save it. PL P1L. Cool. It's like learning a new language. Now, every single time we click this horizontal line, we had to come back and click it every single time. What we can do is, let's click on it. And before we even click on it anywhere, when you do click on it, you should have this somewhere. This toolbox should pull up somewhere. Right? What we do is, actually, I did that wrong. That's for the templates. It pull up to just automatically do that for you. Right? But I like to just click it and then just turn it to it. So for me, I just click somewhere, then go to it and change it. Instead of click it, change it, and then go, like I don't do that. I didn't even know where it landed. It didn't land nowhere. So, alright, that's cool. So what we do is, we want to start the horizontal ray. The horizontal ray. We like the horizontal ray because we can tag it from the candle that it's from. If you use a horizontal line, it's just going to be somewhere. Which means it's going to be all the way over and all the way over. But we don't know where that line activated. Right? So, horizontal ray. And then, we got a horizontal ray. Now the next thing we want to do is go over to our 15-minute chart. And what do we want to do? We want to find some type of range, some type of consolidation. To do that, we like to use our Hikinashi candles. So you will automatically have the regular candles on, start those, and you'll have Hikinashi at the bottom, start those. You can do all this for free. This is on the free side of Tradingview. So, the way to also change your colors of your candles, you just click on them, scroll all the way down to settings, and you will see symbol. And it tells you the body of it. We know what the body of our candles is at this point. The border is just the outside, and the wicks, we know what our wicks is at this point. Change them to whatever color you want them to be. You can keep them as red and green. Just understand red does not mean bad for going down, and green does not mean good for going up. I mean, yeah, on the macro perspective of being an investor, green obviously mean going up is good, and red for the macro perspective of the United States is bad. But as a trader, it's not bad for you or good for you if you go up or down with this specific strategy. So purple for me just means intuition, and blue for me just means trust, right? It means that I trust in my trade. I'm trusting what I'm trusting everything. And that's actually something we got already. Not even gonna do that, but I know the resources are there. It's already in the Discord. But I break that down. Just talking about why I pick my colors that way. So we go to the 15-minute. We got our Hikinashi, and we have our Japanese candles start. We want to go to the 15-minute chart on the Hikinashis. And we know we're not really focused on nothing right now. We're not focused on getting a trade. We focus on marking up. So we want to trap the consolidation. So what do? We go over to the square. You have rotating squares, paths, eclipse. We want to start a square because with the square, we can easily trap our last consolidation, right? Last clear consolidation. Cool. Now that we got that saved in the toolbox, that would be the very next thing that we do, right? And now from there, we also will probably start marking up our areas, right? We will mark up with text is already pre-saved. Not pre-saved, but it's the first thing. Just come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Save the text. So you got text saved. And what we want to do is, we're just marking up our areas, right? We got a high. It doesn't really have to be saved. You can if you want to. I don't really save those though. So we got a high. Cool. We got a low. See, I'm just coming right back to the toolbox. We got a lower high. We got a equal low, right? Come back, we got a higher high. Don't worry about learning it. This is right, I'm not gonna lie. But we just more focused on just marking up. We don't worry about figuring out how or why it is that way. Just trust that it is that way. So now we have our market. We have our high, we know our low, we got our lower highs and lows. What are we missing? We want to know the structure. Where is it going? So let's go back to the second one, and let's go to the trend line. Let's save the trend line also, because after doing our text, we want to find our trend lines. Now, it's one thing that do go into it. You can have green lines going up, red lines going up. You just got to make everything make sense for you. So for this case, a color that we don't use at all that much, I would say, is like this orange. So our orange is going to always be our breaker structure lines, right? Where breaker structure is just saying that for this to be a higher high, the candle went above. So we got that as our breaker structure line. And to be honest, we don't even really need to worry about the color that much. Make your color whatever you want it to be. But we know that that's the next thing we'll be using. That's why we having our tool kit from first, second, third, fourth. It's so chronological, you can't fuck up. You can't fuck up. There's no way. So we got that marked off. We know how we used it, right? It's not really that much to mark off on this trade, to be honest. We also are in consolidation again here, so it might be fire if we catch a little 3-minute trade on Bitcoin. Why not? Just for the hell of it. So we got that marked off, right? Now, next thing we doing is just out of this. Not even a 1 minute. Just simply set your trades and let them go. We know that the market goes up and the market goes down. So on the left side, the fourth row, the fourth link, let's save our long position for up, our short position for down. Also want y'all to know, it's long for going up because it's more of a staircase, and it's short for going down because it's more of an elevator. So we have a long and short, whatever one y'all want first, but those would be our 4 things on the list. So boom, we got that marked up, and this is a true system. Now we know our next target to be here, right? Our very last target to be all the way down here. Cool. We got that marked up. Something that got the green light on that we can save now and put in here is our fib. So that's the third thing. And actually, now I'm not gonna add that in here because this is for the double O striker setup. But yeah, so let's keep this here. It's everything we need so far. Now, what else would I be using? I might go down to the 1 minute. I like the 1 minute. It broke out of that consolidation, right? So I know on the 1 minute, I probably want to know my path. I want to know where am I going, right? So there's 2 things you can use. You can either use your path, which is the third thing. Oh, it's the second one. Go to the second way. Is it the first? Might be the third. Fourth, second. Alright, so you go down to where the square is. You save path. The path is just saying I want the market to come here. We know we want that retrace, then we want it to come back. But just know it's kind of weird. Like I just kind of fucked it up. I don't use this. But when you click it, the last place you click it, you gotta double click it. Or you can just use the ABC, the Elliott Wave ABC. It's the same thing, but it only give you 4 moves. The arrow might make you feel more comfortable, might not. It's up to you. Me personally, I use the wave. I just learned that. So, I mean not the wave, I use the ABC. It's just easier to click and use. So, we got whichever one to save. We know that we want the market to come here, looking for a rejection. Boom. That's what we got so far. That's about it. So now, what are we looking for now? There's one thing that we're missing. That was the external, right? We had a higher high on the external higher high. But now, where do we get up here at the top? We got the trend coming down, right? So we know we got a higher high. We can just leave it as a higher high. This is our low, right? Higher low. We know that's a higher low because we have a lower low down here, right? For the lower low, we had another breaker structure here. Breaker structure is definitely something we can save. So let's save that. We got a lot to delete. Hold on. I had this way back from when I first started trading. Some of this shit we might need, might not. But right now, we ain't even focus on keeping it in here. Not gonna lie. I really just look at something. I might make something, like a little chart we can just keep next to us instead of pressing these words. This should deny help. It did help. But a lot of us are visual. So it's being visual. Damn, it's a 28-minute video. But hey, it is what it is. Sure, this is mostly straight to the point. Do it right, you ain't gotta do it twice. Let's try to get this. Definitely should be able to get through this in an hour. Probably before an hour. I'm hoping for it. But shit, cool. It's 10:28. Alright, so we mark this as breaker structure. Cool. That's our breaker structure. We save it. And what we want to put it as is continue. Continue. Just continue. Right? We want to put it as continue. Because breaker structure just simply means continuing. Right? And right here, these are equal. What was it? Kind of was though. It's crazy how we don't even really need to draw this line here, but we can because we know that is our true. Change your character. Change your character. You want to make it reversal because the trend can only go up or go down. It can only reverse or it only can continue. So reverse or continue. Is it reversing or continuing? We know from our 15-minute. That was our last low. So if it goes below our last low, it will be reversing. Right? Change your character. Simple. The word's a little big. Let's make it 16. Let's make it 16. No, 1 minute. Word's a little big. Let's make it 16. Save as. Continue. Cool. Then I change the character. Save as. Reversal. Cool. Now we got that fixed up. We know what's going on. Now, what's the first thing we was looking for when it just comes to our market structure? Or when it just comes to looking at the striker. The striker right here. Let's find the striker. Right? So, our striker, 5-minute high, right? You want it to be green. I don't really name this because I don't use a striker every day. No need to mark up the 5-minute low because it's already off that previous hour low, right? So we got the striker going on. And what did we get? What's the first thing we got that we waiting for? We always want a striker to break and close. But what we use for that, go to text. We want to save call out all the way at the bottom below table. Click on call out. And you click on that candle that went above that level. And because it went above, we simply put B plus C, right? And because I want a blue candle to break and close above, I simply make it blue. So we save that as a template. And when it comes to us saving that as a template, cool. God damn it, I'm gonna do this too, man. I really made this a little longer. It's me deleting all that shit I got already. But this is already a system, we just redoing it, man. Cool. Alright. So, damn, why would I do that? Why would I just be better off? Fuck it, I already did it now. Alright, so B plus C. We want to save it as break and close bullish. Yep, let's use all those words. Or let's simply put we bull. Yep, let's put we bull. We bull. Let's put a bull. Cool. And now, just like it's breaking and closing above, if it would have broken closed below, B plus C. And I want a purple candle to break and close below there. So we bear. Just like our setups, just like our alerts. This is fire. I'm happy I deleted that. This is a fucking system, bro. Cool. Break and close below. And now, with something else that we want for this specific setup, we got a retest. But we broke below that level, right? And before we broke below that level, we got to break and close. We usually want the charts to go up. This is where it comes to educating shit. I'm trying to brush on real quick for me. We want it to go up, come back, reject, and keep going. But it didn't do that. It came up, it broke and closed. But when it came back down, the candles failed to stay above. So we want to also have this as a failed rejection, because in our retest and rejection, our rejection is what we want before enter. So we want that to be red, right? We can make it 10 because we don't hope to get too many of those. If we get too many of those, right, we ain't really looking for a trade. So failed rejection, let's make it look right. Put that shit in the middle, just how I did it. Cool, it's 11. So when we save that, we want it to be an X, because we know if it's an X, we shouldn't be trading. Cool. And now we have something below that, just following our trend. We have 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle. It's a gap in the middle of it. Cool. Now what we do, this time it retested. And after it retested here, it also rejected. So we know that the 1 minute candle retested and rejected, but we know that 5 minute candle probably just, you see how it that 1 candle retested and rejected. So knowing that, we want to put R plus R, retest and rejection. Simple. And we want to make it gold, right? With it being gold, that right there is our star. Because if a failed retest and rejection is an X, then the successful retest and rejection is a star, right? Simple. And I want that to be 16 for me. I'm gonna save that. Star. Cool. This is a fucking setup, bro. This is a setup. So we got that retest and rejection. And now we know, okay, after that retest and rejection, we should be setting up our trade, right? So we already had the cool little breakout, and don't really take this to heart. It's just us getting the setup. Now we got another retest, but we want it to be that same exact stop loss. We can get in this trade if the trade is the same setup, right? We want that same setup. And we probably was even targeting this in the first place. Cool. So we know that we also want a stop loss. We want a stop loss, we want to take profit, and we need an entry system. So we already have our entry system. We want it to break and close, and after the retest and rejection, we enter. We don't need an entry and say, okay, the star. After the gold, we know we can enter after gold. Alright, so it's knowing that. The first thing we think about in trading is protecting our capital. We don't care about how much can we make. We want to know how much can we lose. And us as traders, we always want to go off of the first, in this system, we want to go off of the first candle stop loss, right? And because that's a stop loss and losing our money is bad, let's make that red also. And we see in the book, stop loss is limited losses on your trade. That's why I start to have here. We save the template and we simply put stop loss. Stop losses. Cool. Let's put cut loss. Shit, let's put some scissors or something. I don't know how to spell scissors. I don't know how to spell scissors. Alright. Stop loss, 1 candle. Our take profit is always going to be opposite. But when it comes to take profit, a lot of us might get the habit of, damn, just in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 candles, I made $1,000, $50, $20. A lot of us might say, nah, I want to make more. So that's greed. So we want to mix our greed with our take profit. So when it comes to that, we want to name it TP no greed, or just simply put no greed, right? We want that to be gold too, because that's what's keeping us afloat. That's what's keeping us, you know. So let's name that just simply take profit. Take profit. Take profit, close trade, right? So now we got take profit. Got 18 minutes in there. All right, take profit. Now what's another thing sometimes that happen, and it doesn't happen every time, but let's say people that got in down here, people that got in right here on this candle, we saw this candle gap up like that. It had a lot of volume in it. How many of us would have got in, or how many of us that watch me trade said, "Damn, hold up, let me hurry up and get in this trade"? So we know what that is. That is FOMO. That's fear of missing out. So when it comes to you being in fear of missing out, that means that you are in lack. If you're rushing into a trade, so we want to put you're not in lack. You're not in lack. And let's simply just put it FOMO because we know what it is. Or let's spell it out. You do it right, you ain't gotta do it twice. Fear of, I'm not gonna lie. We should know what it means. It's in the book. FOMO. Cool. And we have another one. Because just like this first trade, we got stopped out. The second trade, we probably got stopped out. If our risk was wrong, if we was to say, damn, I don't want a candle to stop below this level. I took a trade like that this morning. I didn't want to trade to close below this level now. I don't even care if it come down this far. Just because I already lost. Right? So, what we want to put there is, when it comes to trading, we know you might win 10 times in a row. You could lose 10 times in a row. You could lose 100 times in a row. Win 3,000 times in a row. Winning and losses is distributed randomly. So, HODL means hold on for dear life. Stay in, trusting your plan. Plan your trade, trade your plan. So, trust and probabilities. Let's just put trust and plan. Some of us can't spell probabilities, and I was struggling a little bit. I want that to be gold also. Let's just make all the shit that's key, right, for psychology to be gold. And we just simply put HODL, you know what it means. Hold. Diamond hands, however you want to. Some people that's into crypto, you know, diamond hands. Alright, so we got that set up. We got everything going there. Now we got the X. We bear, we bull. We always go down to the bottom. We bear, we bull. Cool, take profit. Cool, hold on. FOMO. Right? We got everything there. Good. What's something that we missing? Something that we are missing is more market structure. Something I cheated y'all with. We know that the market really only goes up, down, or sideways. Right? And us knowing that when it comes to just learning, we know that this is our low, right? Let's make our low red. And not even red, let's keep it white. Cool, low. We can only have a low, and we can only have a high. We're not gonna make it red or green because we don't want it to be, right, the psychology. So let's just keep it white. We have a low, we have a high. As we come back down, we got to break below the previous low. So what is that? That's going to be a lower high, a lower low. We save that. Let's save it there. Lower low, so we know exactly what it is. Because when it's on the chart, it's already going to be smaller. We come back up, following the trend. We did not get above this last high. So what do we get? We got a lower high. The lower high, lower high. And for that, let's actually put a bear. Just because we know what's going on. Right? And for the lower low, let's go back. Let's actually put a bull. The lower, the low gets a bear too for going down. Right? We don't want to go off of colors. We want to go off of knowing what's there. So you only clicking on that lower low, lower high. When you know that it's going up, you know that it's going down. Right? You come back down. we failed to break back below that low, so we have an equal low, equal. And actually, when it comes to this, let's put sideways, and we want to put an X because we don't trade sideways trends, right? Equal low. We come back up. We failed to go above that lower high. Sorta. No, we didn't. We got above it. We got a higher high. Let's make it HH. Higher high. That will be bull. That's a bullish signal for us, right? We come back down. We created another equal low. We don't need to make anything from that higher high. We came back down. Now we just create equal highs. You see it's not going nowhere, right? So EQH, and let's make it sideways again. And to be honest, it don't even matter would it been XXX, like, bro, it don't matter because we know if we get an equal high, then we get another equal low, and the sideways to sideways. We know we're not going nowhere, right? So there's one thing that we are missing in this trend, because for this to be a higher high, we need a higher low. So even though these are equal lows here, this is an equal low somewhere, right? It's an equal low to this. Right here is a higher low. And knowing that, that means that that is a higher low internally. Higher low is a bullish signal for us. Cool. So we got the higher hoes, low, high, lower low, lower high. So we know when it just comes to even this, and I'm kind of just flexing right now, not gonna lie. This will be our next break of structure, because we already created a low, right? So that means that we just continue break of structure. And down here, this is our low, and we broke through it. That's letting us know we are reversing, because we once were going up, and now we're going down. Change your character. Simple. That's market structure. I don't think we're missing anything. Equal highs, equal lows, everything that's in the book. Literally. Everything that's in the book. Fear, not trusting your play, your trade. And that's something that we did wrong. So when it comes to fear, we actually don't put it as FOMO. We put FOMO, you're not in lack. And fear is two different things. So our hold on for dear life is actually our fear. Where we want to name hold on for dear life as fear, not HDL. Because I say that because a lot of us are going to connect more with fear than hold on for dear life. So trust and plan, let's just delete hold on for dear life. I mean, shit, you could keep it in there. It's kind of the same. Whichever one y'all want to go with. I'm going to delete HODL. I'm just going to keep fear. Just because at least some made it better. That's it. That's how you set up. That's how you set up the chart. You goddamn did it. And if y'all do want to say that brush tool, that's cool too. But just know it's going to be messy. It's going to get noisy. You got to get used to deleting it. But that's everything that we really need. We can also save our circle. The circle is cool to save because, like, even right here, we want to say, okay, what happened right here? Let's put that circle so when they come to taking those screenshots, we know exactly what happened. We can go right over here to our candles, right? We have our candles right under us, and we say, okay, what happened? I got a bullish engulfing. Does that look more like a bullish engulfing, or does it look more like a tweezer bottom? Man, did this candle close above the previous? Cool. It don't make that much sense. Let's head over to our Hinkanashi. On our Hinkanashi, we have a clear bullish engulfing. Hinkanashi multiple setup, because we're looking at two candles, bullish engulfing. It's textbook. And I believe that's really it. We got this done in under an hour. It's saved. Oh shit, we trading like whales now. Let's make our watch list. So we click over here on the right. Even with a red list, you should be able to save stuff. Y'all don't have real data, so I just more so for fun, right? When it's trading, also not really live money for these first entries. Let's save Bitcoin USD, right? Um, and let's save. I'm not about to click off of these because this is my actual account. So let's say Bitcoin USD, and let's also do Tesla. We like Tesla. Everybody like Tesla. And let's do QQQ. QQQ is in funds, right? Tesla is in stocks. Bitcoin is in crypto. So we could do futures, but with futures you gotta pay for the data. That's why we're not really marking up on there. Unless y'all feel like paying for that data, cool. This is just us doing it the right way for free. Yeah, doing it free down there. Just the free course. So this is set up. Yeah, you're good. And shit, really, whatever you want to pick, you pick them based on whatever you like. But just goddamn, have a few in your basket for now, just to get used to marking up. When to get used to understanding it. One thing for sure is, my coach told me that USD, Euro for Forex, is one of the clearest charts to trade on. Mark up on, learn from, right? Alright, it's something that I have kept from y'all, and I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna show y'all. So people ask me, my girlfriend asked me, a couple other people ask me, how do I get, what do I use any indicators? And honestly, we see all these indicators saved, but we never see them on my chart. Volume is cool, but I don't really need it. The EMAs are cool, but I don't really need it. The guys and indicator scalp is cool, but I don't really need it. Some of y'all might use it already. Money flow index, don't really need it. I really don't use any of these, so let me take it off. But one thing that we have to search is the AGFX watermark. Right? So let me actually type it in. AGFX. And it's the first thing I pull up. Save it. And also start. When you save and you start, you want to go inside. You always click on the little eyeball. You have an eyeball, you have a hectagon eyeball, right? So let's go to style, the subtitle, right? For me, I just simply put Kaizen key, and I put my @ for Instagram, right? And my words that keeps me confident is Godfidence. And you just go over 2 more, right? Discipline, buys, go over the fairness, Mustangs. I want it to be at the top. I want it to be in the center. I want the vertical position. I don't know what that should mean. So I go down to title settings. I want the title to be gold for me. Now I want it to be huge. I want the center. I want it to be in the center. The subtitle, which is the words, I believe I have those as blue. I want it to be large. I put it in the center also. Just click around with it, see how it look. I'm gonna tell y'all the large and huge. I always turn my indicator off just because sometimes it be in the way. So the normal is also okay. The subtitle colors, I make that gold too. I don't know, I just play around with it. You can change the background of it. Like, you know, I play around with it and just see what it look like. Cool, there you go. And yeah, that's just not big enough for me. So I personally go down and yeah, make it large. That's better than me. And cool, we set up. Peace. Because it's turning into a winner for me. 2, well, because we just did this. You feel me? So it's kind of like, it makes sense. This is like almost, not even almost, like literally perfect. Like literally. We got the break and close, the system we just made, and the setup we just set up. And we got the retest and rejection. And we have 0 failed rejections. It's the first retested rejection. The 5-minute already retested rejection on the 1 minute. Now if it's 5 minute, the 5-minute look more clear. So it just comes to knowing we got that retested rejection. We are down $200 right now. We just gotta trust in the trade. You know, we don't have no fear. We trust in my plan. We need a really clear defined stop loss now. I will be taking anything above the previous high level. We got that rejection. Boom, 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 boom. That's where it just goes to even volume. I don't read volume much, but the volume is increasing down here. We got 5 minute green. Yeah, the volume actually looks stupid. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I don't watch volume. It just pisses me off. It's like this extra shit. Like, why the fuck I just get so mad? Why the fuck I just get so mad out the blue, bro? But ain't that wild? That shit really just genuinely pissed me off, bro. That shit really just genuinely pissed me off. We gonna sell 2 contracts at this previous day low just because we got a hammered rejection off of that level. We don't want to see what happens if it turns around. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, mute that shit, mute that shit, mute that shit. Yeah, mute that shit, I'm over here. Yeah, mute that shit, mute that shit. Dang. What am I supposed to be doing right now, man? Alright, howdy meeting. Oh, holy moly. Are we just letting that thing print, man? We letting that thing do its thing, man? Arrows are throwing me off. Video just dropped. I think I got shit on this shit. Oh shit, I fucked up, y'all. I fucked up. I never sold out here. All the arrows are throwing me off. It is what it is, bro. But we got that retest here. Cool, we came and filled up the gap. No reason we stayed in. We really just had a breakout at Target, the local highs. Then we had another breakout. We sold here, which is right here. Oh no, we sold here. The first breakout. The same thing I'm talking about in this video. I thought I fucked up. I actually turned up on this trade. It's the same thing we're doing now. Shit, I fucked up. Ooh, woo. Alright, we're gonna sell half of our position when we get that crossing. And we are in consolidation on that 5 minutes, what I'm not liking. But that 1 minute is telling us everything. Crazy. This wasn't the best sniper entry, but it was a good entry. That sniper entry, low key, was bent right here. Because something that I'm seeing is an X. We failed to retest, and we broke back up. Especially just reacting off of that 5 minute high. It's not the way we trade the 5 minute high and low, because in reality we are in the middle of that orb. We're right in the middle of that orb. We're going off of external market structure. So that's why the stop loss is so deep. And the take profit is so deep. Hopefully we get a dookie candle right here. Because we already broke below, right? What is this letting us know? It's letting us know that we have a reversal. Right? Come down more. We're breaking below even more. This is an internal reversal, right? That's our last pivot there. We know that our last lower low is right here. So if we know that we are targeting external, we're targeting external, we're targeting external market structure right now. External market structure right now. And this is internal. That's why we know we're taking profit. We know when we get that candle that went through here, it's gonna break through stronger. If we do get price action coming all the way down here. In a way, this will be our next take profit. Because we know all the way at the bottom. And we low-key in range right now too. Knowing that, it makes sense that we take profit at what we would consider the equal low. Because we know it's a really high chance that when we get a wick there, it's going to reject strongly. Damn. Might have to let this really just go. Get some updates. Goddamn. Do a recap. I'm trying to say it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. I fucked up, y'all. I fucked up. I never sold out here. All the arrows are throwing me off. It is what it is, bro. But we got that retest here. Cool. We came and filled up. I really don't like limit buys. I really prefer market buys. In this video that I just dropped, yeah, it's working limit buys. I have about 10. They filled me for 1 contract, then filled me for 2 contracts, 3 contracts, then filled me for the rest of the 5. Shit was stupid. It looked like I was going crazy. And I only took 2 trades, took 1 loser, and just got back in on the bullish and go, oh my god, it's a crazy trade. Go look at that guy I just sent. I didn't send you anything. Just look at the last post. Scarface made 75K a day. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, whoa.
Where did you send it?
I didn't send it, baby. It's just my last post. Fuck. Can you just hurry up, please?
I'm not sure.
You're right. I'm not rushing it. It's like, bro, like, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie. I just don't work like this, bro. This is not how trades usually go, bro. fuck. This is crypto though. But I'm saying crypto moves like, well, Bitcoin moves like SPY. Like when it moves, but it moves slow. But when it moves, it moves. We about to get that dookie candle here. We're looking for a retest. A support turn, a resistance turn support. Support turn resistance. And what are we looking for? Yeah, the dookie candle. Fuck. Okay, since it did dookie down that far, we got such a dookie, so much of a dookie candle, so much fucking dookie in that candle. We know for a fact that it's gonna give a fucking retest in this gap somewhere. I don't know. Do I want to scale out? Do I want to be completely out of risk? Definitely. Like if that bitch wick back out and we make 260, that's cool. So we got that gap that we wanted. This fucker, god damn it, she fucking dookie down. All right, we're not gonna be greedy. I like the way these numbers kicking up. Fuck. Take profit, execute it. So we want to buy 2. Take profit, execute it. Actually, in futures, I don't mean to pop my shit, but maybe I can just cause it was just, nothing unusual, same thing we caught earlier. But I think that was a limit buy also or some shit. No, we bought 555 because we didn't know that it would give us that much. That little value. Cool. This is like flex. Head ass. Alright, so, not gonna lie. The way that it's breaking, fam, I probably don't even want to see what happens if it goes back above this change of character. Cool. And we already locked in from these trades. I think I got shitted on earlier for sure. But I got shitted on, I'm not even gonna lie. We already locked in $616 from the first trade. The other one that we just showed, that has nothing to do with this, right? We're just gonna keep scaling down. I don't want to see Dookie and down is taking the elevator. I want to just keep going on the top of the previous candle at this point. Just cause, so we got that pre-market, pre-hour low level getting hit. We could sell out, but we already kind of took profit in between. So no need to sell here. We already got that there to flip up. We already locking in forward to 40. Goddamn, cool. When this candle dookie down, it'll let us know more. We want to just scale all the way down. We're gonna keep going down to the previous candle, to the previous high. Just because we gotta break a structure, I don't want to see what's gonna happen. No, that's too tight. Sometimes you gotta give it room to breathe. When you want to win a trade, let your winners run. When you want to lose a trade, cut your losses. So we want to give it space because we already know we're making 522 right there if we get stopped out. Imagine losing and making 522. Somebody that would be getting in right now, this is when our FOMO takes in. Somebody will say, damn, I went to go wash my hands real quick. He's already in. I'm in fear. Okay, I trust in plan. I trust in trade. That's actually not fear. Right? I see Kaiser's trade going all the way down. I really go by key. Stop fucking calling him Kaiser. FOMO, you're not a lot, bro. If we got this trade today, we get the same trade tomorrow, bro. And if we don't, that's okay, because it's going to happen again. So we got that break below previous day lows. We know that this was our change of character. And we're aiming for an equal low. If we get that equal low, we might even sell one contract and let the others go. But just because it's external, we want to sell out there. We're going to sell out fully. We're going to take full profit. Right? So we see we getting that retest into that slight gap there. You always take 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, and you look in between. Can you put a finger in the middle of it? Yes, you can. So you can also put a box there. If we get stopped out, that's also cool. But we like how this 5-minute is very fucking bearish. 17-minute trade. 17-minute trade, that's a lot. We got in 1, 2. We got in at 11:02. 23-minute trade so far. We're getting more weak price action. This will be another cool entry to get in on. It would be cool to get in on this entry because we know our risks. We know that, if you get stopped out, bro, you probably don't want to take anything above this 5-minute high because we are breaking right back into that 5-minute range at the end of the day. Be really risky, but just be willing to know. Well, if you're going to take the setup, still make sure it's the right setup. I like the way that 5-minute candle opened up and it retested that breaker structure. Oh, support turned resistance. We can't seem to get back above that. Imagine us being up. We're about to hit that $1,000 mark off of 2 contracts, and we just had 1,000 on 4 contracts. Cool. This is the 5th most bearish candle. The 5th most bearish candle is the 2nd most bullish candle. We might get stopped out here. We're looking to get stopped out here. And it failed to break back above. So we got that 5 minutes is what we want to be watching now. That 1 minute is too sloppy for us. It's doing too much. Might still get stopped out. We inching $122 from that stop out position. Yeah, we getting there. $30 from getting stopped out. We're gonna get stopped out here. $20 from getting stopped out. Cool.